Hey, what's up? It's your boy Justin, J.Varizzle the Fisher. Today we're doing something a little bit different than fishing. I'm out at my hunting property, so I'm all kinds of an outdoorsman. Not only do I fish, but you'll see I've got some videos with some deer hunting. I've got some videos with some duck hunting. I've got some, I don't think I have a turkey video, but anyway, I turkey hunt, duck hunt, deer hunt, and primarily I fish, because you can fish in southeastern North Carolina all year round. So what I'm doing today is I'm out at my property. This is where I typically drop corn back in the cut there. There's some sweet potatoes out right now. I need to add some more corn. These deer are going through like 100 pounds of corn every 2 weeks. It's crazy. I've got two different cameras set up. One's a spy point, the other one's a muddy. The spy point obviously transmits to my cell phone cam, and the muddy I have to pull the card on, but I tend to get better pictures with the muddy than I do the spy point, so it's a little bit of a give and take. I'm looking to attract some bucks to the property. I have 2 bucks on the property right now. They come and go. They've been pretty consistent. One of them's just a cow horn. I'm not gonna mess with him. I'm just gonna let him grow. And then the other one, I can't tell if he's a 7 or an 8. I can't get a really good picture on him. It looks like he's a 7. If I have the opportunity to take him, I probably will, because him and the cow horn are the only 2 bucks that I've seen. I've got doe on the property. Normally I have typically 4 to 6 doe that come, and the thing that I'm trying to do today is, this is a cheap homemade deer attractant. I did some research on it on the internet. I've looked at a couple other videos. I wanted to see if I could duplicate it, kind of like a scientific experiment, if you will. So I went to the Food Lion, and if you're from North Carolina, you know exactly what the Food Lion is. And if you're not from North Carolina, you probably don't, but it's your typical kind of cheaper end grocery store. I got all the ingredients that I need for between $5 and $10. I was gonna try to do this for $5 or less. If I would have went to, say, like Dollar General or maybe even Dollar Tree, I probably could have done it for around that $5 mark, but I don't know if I would have been able to get everything that I needed. One of our primary ingredients that we're going to be using in this mixture, and this is not something that's going to promote antler growth, just so you know. If you want to promote antler growth, you're going to need some minerals and some protein mixed in with your corn and other supplements, oats, whatever you're using, sweet potatoes. Minerals and protein are what's going to get you the healthiest and the best antler growth. The problem that I have here is that my property competes with neighboring property, right? So for example, last year I was watching a 10-point buck on camera. He was pretty nocturnal. I got one picture of him daytime. I was getting ready to get set up and hunt, and then I talked to my neighbor, and come to find out, days before I was planning on trying to hunt this buck, he already took it. So what I'm trying to do is, even though everybody around here throws corn out, that's the easiest thing to do, and I definitely do that. Like I said, I'm going through like 100 pounds every 2 weeks. But what I want to do is maybe make my property and my food source more attractive to the deer. So one thing I did was I threw some sweet potatoes out there just to give them a different type of food source rather than just corn. And I've got a molasses salt lick out there that I bought at Tractor Supply for like 10 bucks. It doesn't look like they've touched the salt lick at all. I've got it sitting up on a stump. So this recipe that we're doing today, it's gonna be sweet, enticing, and hopefully it'll bring more deer onto the property more consistently, and specifically bucks onto the property. That's what I'm looking for. One of our primary ingredients is going to be your good old Kool-Aid, and these are 42 cents a pack at Food Lion. You probably can get the bigger bag at like the dollar store or off-brand, for maybe just $1 for the big bag. I just got tropical punch and black cherry, just a couple different flavors. I'm going to mix them together. Everything's going to get mixed all in this mixing bowl, and we're going to shake it up real good, and then we're going to lay it out. We're not going to lay it straight on the ground. I'm going to lay it on the same stump that I've got the salt lick on, just so maybe consistency, or I don't want it soaking in, or if it does soak in, it'll soak into the stump, and then the stump's just going to smell and taste like sweetness and fruit. So one of our other main ingredients in this is, and I got the Food Line brand, but your Jello or your gelatin packets. So in kind of coordination with the Tropical Punch and the Black Cherry Kool-Aid, I got cherry gelatin because I didn't have black cherry, and I got strawberry. So that'll kind of mix in some different fruit flavor, right? Smell and flavor. Some good old baking soda. It's a little bit of a binding agent. All this stuff is going to get mixed together. Hopefully it'll help it stay kind of bound together and all mixed in. Regular old table salt. You know, I mean, salt licks have been used for a long time, so obviously the salty flavor, the salty scent is something that we know historically attracts deer. And then of course just good old granulated sugar. And there's really no rhyme or reason as to how you mix this up from what I can tell. I've seen a couple different people do it a couple different ways. And like I said, I'm just gonna try to replicate the results, and you know, I'll be checking my trail cams to see if it's actually bringing deer into the property. So first thing I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna lay down some of this salt on the bottom, not the whole thing, just kind of toss a little bit in there, cover the bottom of the bowl. And then, I don't know, next thing I'm gonna do, I'll throw some gelatin packet in there, some Jello gelatin there. Go with our strawberry first, lay down that layer. Then I'm gonna go with our cherry gelatin, see if we can lay that layer down. Oop, get out of there. Lay that in there. I'm gonna throw a little bit of sugar in there. And I bought like all off-brand stuff if I could, except for the Kool-Aid. The Kool-Aid was name brand because they didn't really have a good selection of the off-brand Kool-Aid. So I'll throw in, and maybe we'll throw in some baking soda next, huh? Throwing a little baking soda in the middle there. And we'll throw in our Kool-Aid packets. Our black cherry. Alternate black cherry and tropical punch. Mix them all together. Alright, back to the black cherry. To clean up all this trash. Tropical punch. It's probably easier if you get the bigger bags. And then black cherry and tropical punch. I got 5 packets of each, which you probably don't have to get that much. You probably can get away with like a couple packets of each, but why not? I'm making a big bowl, and you can adjust the ingredients. You can adjust the quantities of the ingredients to however big you want to make this thing. Fill in some sugar. Try not to get eaten by mosquitoes while we're out here. All right. Killed the sugar. Finish off the baking soda. All right. So we got our gelatin. We layered our salt first, gelatin, some sugar, Kool-Aid, sugar, baking soda, and then we'll finish off with some more salt. And it's just gonna be just a big old bowl of mixed stuff. No idea if this is gonna work, by the way. That's why I'm trying it. That's, like I said, an experiment in and of itself. And we'll see. I've seen people do this, but I haven't seen their results, you know? So I'm curious as to what my results are gonna be once I have this out for a little while. I definitely need to get more corn. Put the lid on, and then we just shake it. Oop, coming out a little bit there. Mix it up good. Thought about bringing a whisk out and whisking it, you know, like Emerald Lagasse out here or something, but I figured, what the heck, just shake it up. Mix it in good. See what we come up with. All right, let's peel the lid. Ooh, look at that dust. Ooh. Smells fruity. And what you have is a mixture like that. All right, some good color to it. Looks like it's mixed up really good. I don't see any big patches of one ingredient over the other. All right, so the only thing left to do all right, you can see where I typically drop my corn. You can tell where the ground is all bare. And that's not just from the deer, that's from turkey as well. I've had several pictures of like 3 or 4 birds at a time in here. And you can tell when you look close enough that there's got the little three toe scrape marks in there, which are completely indicative of turkey. You can see the remnants of some of the sweet potatoes that have been left out here, and where the corn has been dropped. The deer typically come from back in that direction. I've hunted this property for the last couple years, and they move in and they've got some decent cover. So the bucks, a lot of time, you know, they're gonna stay to the cover until they know that it's clear to come out, and then they'll meander out and feed. And I got my spy point set up on a tree back there, and then I've got the muddy camera set up there. And then out past my truck is actually where my stand is. You know, it's the Game Winner 10-foot tripod stand. I did a video on the setup, and I've done a couple videos of actually taking deer out of that stand. And right here we have my little molasses salt lick that doesn't appear to even be touched by the deer. So what we're gonna do is we're just gonna sprinkle this mixed concoction on this log and stump area and see if maybe we'll end up attracting some deer. That's gonna get in them grooves too of this log that's, you know, rotting out, and hopefully that scent will stay for a long time. Well, folks, that'll about do it. I got it all laid out there, and all we can do now is wait. And I'll keep you guys posted. I'll throw in the comments maybe of the video, if I can, some of the pictures that I'll get out over the trail camera or off the trail camera over the next couple of weeks. But that's going to do it for this one. However, you know I am J.Varizzle the Fisher, so I got a little bit of daylight left. It's about 5:40 now, so the pond's right down that way, and I'm gonna go throw this popper out there, this plopper bait, and see if I can't snag a bass while I'm down here. Might as well. Till the next adventure, y'all take care. Thanks for watching. Hit that subscribe button, and we're trying to get 500 by the end of the year. We're in the 480s right now, so we're getting pretty close. Thank you all. I appreciate you.